Hey, welcome back. We're now joined by Dan again, and Devon's still with us. We're going to talk about the NBA right now. Hey, it's All-Star Weekend, fellas. Are you all excited for Blake Griffin and dunk contest?
I'm very excited. I'm kind of concerned that he's kind of used up everything that he's gotten over the course of the first half of the season. It'll be interesting to see what he brings.
Another real concern would have to be, nobody's ever really seen him as a trick dunker. He's an outstanding game dunker. I'll definitely give him that. But you really don't know what he's got in store as far as tricks. And I think he's going to have to pull out some of the stuff like Dwight Howard did and really get creative as a big man to make his performance outstanding.
It's all about getting the fans into it. All-Star Weekend's a lot of fun. But it's kind of like the two-thirds break. A lot of people call it the halfway break, but it's really the two-thirds break through the season. And let's just get right into it. Trade deadline will be this Thursday. What do you guys think about the trade deadline, the melodrama? Let's start with that. Let's start with the eastern half of the conference. Dan, what do you think about the Knicks and the Nets conversations with Melo? They will be meeting up with Carmelo Anthony during the All-Star break.
Yes, that's right. Nets owner Mikhail Prokopov will be meeting with Carmelo during the All-Star break. And the Nets have re-entered the conversation when many thought they were going to leave a few weeks ago. And it's kind of funny, like you might just think that Prokopov might slide $1 billion under the table to get Melo.
This will keep you around. Just here, we'll pay you under the table. Sign that $65 million. Here's $1 billion. Yeah. But do you think that maybe the Nuggets are asking the Eastern Conference teams a bit too much?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Carmelo is a really big part of any team that he would go to, and they just want to make sure that they get their worth out of him, so he doesn't leave in free agency and they get nothing.
Alrighty. Now, Devon, West Coast time. The teams like LA and the LA Lakers, I should say, and the Dallas Mavericks are maybe thinking about making a move for Melo. And while he hasn't said he signed an extension, they kind of think they can keep him there. What's your view on the Western Conference teams trying to get in?
Personally, I really feel strongly that Carmelo Anthony is not going to be going to a Western Conference team. I think he's going to be headed east. The two reasons, I have two separate reasons for the Lakers. I think that might have been a little bit of the Nuggets trying to just stir some talks up with some of those Eastern Conference teams that they're talking to. And with the Mavericks, the Mavericks have proven kind of consistently that they're not going to go after a big free agent guy like Carmelo Anthony. That's not really the kind of move that they make, but it is a Mark Cuban move in terms of just getting his name out there. Mark Cuban likes to get his name attached to these big high-profile stories. So I think that's what it has to do with, and I definitely think we're going to see Carmelo, if he goes anywhere, I think he's going to be going east.
Are there any other trades you think that could go down to help improve teams? Like, is there maybe a kind of a small trade that people don't expect, because everybody's just been gassed and consumed by this melodrama, but is there a smaller trade that maybe the contenders can make?
Well, one guy people might have forgotten about is Rip Hamilton in Detroit. Detroit's been trying to move him for a while now, and if they can't move him, they might try to buy out his contract. And one place that would be really good for him would be the Chicago Bulls. They really need a two-guard to complement Derrick Rose. And if he went there, they would be a more complete team.
What do you think that would really help out the Bulls, adding Rip Hamilton?
Absolutely.
Now, what about the Spurs? Do you think you just don't touch something that ain't broke?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't see any reason for the Spurs to try to make any adjustments. Right now I feel like they're the best team in the NBA, and I feel like they kind of have all the pieces that they're going to need, going forth into the playoffs to be a contender. So I don't see any reason for them to make any extra moves.
All right, there's only about 22 games left for every team, maybe around 30 for certain ones. So with this coming down, if wherever Melo goes, as long as it's not the Lakers or Mavericks, then it shouldn't really be relevant. Who do you guys having in the NBA Finals and why? Devin, we'll start with you.
Well, like I was talking about, one of the more complete teams, just in terms of, having that solid point guard and, big men down low and guys coming off the bench. I like for the same reasons, I like the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference and the Boston Celtics in the East. They both have, they have Tony Parker and they have Rajon Rondo's playing out of his mind, just tossing assists out left and right. And Tony Parker, who I believe is definitely one of the best point guards in the league. And they both kind of have that built around. And with Kendrick Perkins coming back for the Celtics and playing well since he's been back, I think that those are going to be the teams that are going to be going on to the finals.
Dan, who do you have?
Yeah, I gotta, for the same reasons Devin said, the Spurs, they're just a very complete team. I don't see them breaking down during the playoffs or during the rest of the regular season. As far as the East, I think the Miami Heat are going to be in the finals. Call me crazy, not crazy, but call me crazy. I think that the big three and LeBron and Wade and Bosh are just, I think they'll overcome the troubles they've had in Boston. They're 0-3 against them going to the break. And I think they'll overcome that record, and I think they'll win the East.
Those are two good predictions. We have a consensus Western Conference champion, seems like.